Oh, I'm very disappointed because I just put Spotify on, and there's a song by Creedence Clearwater Revival that's called Keep On Choogling. And one day I had the playlist going and this song came on. And what I've got here is this is a quartz crystal, okay? And it's got a little sharp point, and this point is it's more like just a broken off point. But what I do with this is I've been working really on my back along my spine, but it's hard to show you. But I originally started doing this right along the bones inside this in my chest here, right along the rib cage, and I run along and I feel for like knots. And if there's any knots or any pain places or any just hard, sticky places, like there's a spot there, then I press in and and what I do is I feel like a release. I feel a release of energy. It's like bad energy releases. And in my heart chakra, you can't see it, but if you look at diagrams of heart chakras, it's a spinning wheel. And what happens is this bad energy goes into the spinning wheel of my heart chakra and it gets transmuted so it takes all the bad out of it. This is also known as alchemy. This is the true meaning of alchemy. It's not turning lead into gold. It's turning bad, it's probably emotional energy into something that's non-toxic. Now, I do this, and as I said, I've been doing it right behind my back, along my spine. And the little end here, strangely enough, if I put it on a spot that it almost feels like it's a frozen piece of glacier, and this crystal it's sending some kind of energy through, and I can feel that this tissue that's very hard. It's like a knot in your muscle fascia, and I can feel it. It's like it's melting. And I can see this little crystal, with a little tiny bit of pressure, hardly anything at all, and it just like melts, and I can feel the crystal move right in. It moves right in, and if there's any little pain prick areas, I hold it on there, the little point, right on the point where it's a pain prick, and I just keep letting that energy flow into that point of pain until it's basically gone. And then I just keep moving it around. And I was doing this one night when that song came on, Keep On Choogling, and my inner voice, I've got a lot of my associates that are my inner voices, they decided to call this process Choogling. So this is a quartz crystal, and I usually cover it in some essential oils, just using intuition. I've got a whole pile of essential oils right here that I choose. And I put the essential oils on here. And sometimes what I do, if it feels what I call punky, then after a little bit of choogling, I take a lighter and I flare. I just take the flame and I cover flame, usually on the points, sometimes all over. It's very intuitive. If it feels like the crystal wants to be flared, if it's punky. If it's not punky, if it's this other kind of melting of the glacier, it doesn't need it. And it feels like the crystal is getting stronger the more I got used to it. Or maybe it's just my heart is getting better at doing this kind of work. But the whole thing is called holographic healing. And it's basically because we're living in a holographic universe, your body is part of the hologram. And in essence, your heart chakra, it contains the whole universe, believe it or not. You can look into, well, obscure things, but that is what I believe. And I was told, I think they were aliens. I heard them talking about this one day, and I wrote down what they were saying on a piece of paper. I was going to make a website, and well, it just didn't happen. But anyway, that's where I got this idea of holographic healing. They told me all about it. They were going to get me to go and start charging money for it. But in the end, I just used my own body. And as I'm healing all these sore spots holographically, It is my true belief that I am healing everything else in the universe by doing my own body. So strange as it might sound, this is called Choogling and is holographic healing, and it is what I do. So, and I don't charge anybody to do this because, in the end, it's healing my body, makes my body feel better. But we're all connected, and the more of us that do different kinds of healings, it helps everybody else. The idea is a lot of this stuff is old energy. Eckhart Tolle, the spiritual teacher, called it pain body. So it's old pain. So it's old sadness and old anger, especially. Now, if you die and you've got a lot of stuck energy in your body, then your spirit releases from the dead body and you go to the other side. But once you reincarnate, your new body at some point has got to pick up all this old stuck energy in your next lifetimes to be transmuted. And then if you never learn the spiritual practices, you never become really a spiritual person, you will never be able to clear this energy yourself. So you might have to see a spiritual healer in order to do that. Now, they say on the planet Earth that we have a lot of star seeds, that is people that have come and incarnated they came from other star systems and they incarnated as humans mostly, and I don't know what else. And they're waking up to this fact. So, basically when you come to Earth, your mind is wiped and you don't remember where you came from. But this great awakening, part of it is people are learning that they have these talents to heal. And this is not using, like traditional big pharma medicine. This is using